Today I fucked up by mistaking my boyfriend's internal hemorrhoids for his prostate. This might be disgusting, so be aware. Me and my boyfriend have a great open healthy sex life. Last night he asked me if I would be interested in fingering him. I am always happy to find new ways to pleasure him, so I said of course. Well, after he gets cleaned up I start sucking him off and stick one finger in his looped asshole. Everything is going great so far. Then I feel something in his ass, a kind of lump. Thinking this must be his prostate, I start fingering it more vigorously. He's not complaining, but then suddenly my finger starts feeling wet, and not from the lube. Thinking my boyfriend had shat himself, I calmly take my finger out and see blood everywhere. I froze just staring at my boyfriend's bleeding asshole. He starts panicking, asking me what happened, and runs to the bathroom. I run after him shortly and tell him to get to the car so I can take him to a hospital. I gave him one of my maxi pads to put in his boxers so that the blood wouldn't stain his pants. He arrived to the hospital and awkwardly explained the situation to the nurse. My boyfriend got blue balls on top of all of it from not finishing. Turns out my boyfriend had internal hemorrhoids that burst while I was fingering him. Thankfully he didn't feel much pain, just a little discomfort according to his words. The pain from the embarrassment was way worse. The bleeding has stopped and he's going to see a doctor soon for further investigation. My boyfriend now says he had his first period, and I don't know how I feel about that. TLDR, I fingered my boyfriend and accidentally burst his internal hemorrhoids. FYI, the prostate is significantly farther in. It's as wide as your index/middle fingertips together, and is a finger's length inside. Bend your fingers in the direction of his belly and you'll feel a resisting area, and he will certainly react to it. As for the hemorrhoids, he's probably straining too much in the bathroom. Come up with some fibrous food you both like, or get a tub of psyllium husk fiber, like orange-flavored Metamycel. Stay hydrated. Terrible way to find out, but at least he can get treatment sooner rather than later. You popped his cherry, wink wink. Did you guys go out for pizza to celebrate his first period? Nah, we had cheese sticks with marinara. I suffered from chronic hemorrhoids. They get worse during high stress times in my life. So during my honeymoon, which was after a stressful wedding and delayed flights to Europe, I developed a little friend we nicknamed Senor. He was about the size of a marble and he was external. When he was 2 weeks old he popped in the bathroom of a restaurant. It was a -10 out of 10 experience. Till hemorrhoids can hemorrhage. Today I fucked up by accidentally stealing a dog. Today I fucked up by stealing a dog. I've been taking walks around my neighborhood with my kids ever since they were babies, and with the lockdown going on, it's become a daily affair instead of once or twice a week. We've gotten to know most of the neighbors who spend time out in their yards, and we know most of their dogs too. Baloo is a beau. Today I fucked up a black and white husky with heterochromia, so his left eye is blue and his right eye is green. This is important for later. We always stop and talk to him when we walk down the alley past his backyard, and we've gotten pretty friendly with this particular neighbor over the past few years, have dogs sat for him and everything. So on today's walk, Baloo wasn't on his backyard tether, which struck us as odd, since he's a 100% outdoor dog. He wasn't in his doghouse or in the yard anywhere. Knocked on the door and his owner freaked out just a little bit and hopped into his truck to go looking. We told him we'd do the same, and we looked on our walk and then got into the car and drove around looking as well. After about 20 minutes, we see Baloo in another neighbor's backyard being frisky with a bitch. Okay, makes sense, nature called, so he slipped his collar, jumped the fence, and went exploring. I scolded him and he walked over, so I picked him up and lifted him over the fence and he hopped into the car. I called neighbor and left him a message letting him know we'd found Baloo, and we put him back in his yard and back into his collar and tether. About an hour later I get a call from neighbor asking me what exactly the holy hell did I think I was doing? I was very confused. Baloo had been picked up and taken to a shelter. They checked his microchip and owner got called and went to get him. The Baloo imposter was the spitting image. To see them side by side, they're identical, save for the fact that the imposter had his eye colors reversed. Oh shit. So into the car he goes, and I zoom to the yard where I'd kidnapped him from, also in a back alleyway. Figured I'd just set him back into the yard, no harm, no foul. There's some screeching and shouting and a little girl ran outside to hug him, followed shortly by her dad and a uniformed officer as they'd been in the process of filing a police report. It was extremely awkward for about 2 minutes while I was explaining, then the dad busts out laughing at the absurdity of the whole thing. I'm a bit shaken up by it, but geez, man, talking about first-degree felony theft for stealing a $4,000 dog. Both neighbors think it's hilarious. The daughter thinks it's hilarious. The cop was laughing at me. My wife is still laughing at me. Anyway, life goes on. Too long didn't read. I stole a dog from a backyard by accident, found out an hour later, and returned it as police arrived. At least it all ended up pretty fine. Yeah, but I feel pretty schmucky. I ruined a kid's morning, I wasted a cop's time, and I interrupted Doggo's special lady friend time. Or, no good deed. Though this is the best possible scenario for Baloo's doppelganger's owner, it was a big misunderstanding. Dog was loved and cared for during the missing time as a lost pet, and bonus of walking away with a good story. Thank you. I'm getting over it. My family is the sort to never let this sort of fodder go to waste. I'm sure I'll be hearing about it for years on end, so I'm ready to just accept the humor of the situation and pray I never do anything quite so stupid again. I think this was the best possible ending that could have resulted from this. I agree. The odds are probably pretty good as it's not a popular breed in the area, so there's not many breeders. And no, I'm afraid not at the moment, but I'll get a pic next time I'm out walking. I also accidentally stole a dog. Saw a dog on the other side of town that looked exactly like a neighbor's dog. He was in an empty lot, so I figured he must have gotten away. Took him home to find out their dog wasn't missing. Go back to where I found him to see 2 people obviously looking for him. Oops. Fact that I'm not the only one certainly makes me feel better. I'm really glad. A, you did this to help a friend out. B, you owned it and returned it. C, everyone is forgiving. Now you need to introduce everyone so they get one big happy dog family, and you get twice the doggy lovin'. / bring treats. Today I fucked up by telling my GF to try making corn dogs. This happened a couple of days ago. Since quarantine started, my GFs started cooking a lot more. We used to be the type to eat out, get takeout, rely on leftovers our moms gave us, etc. I saw a video recipe to make corn dogs, one of our favorites, and it looked easy. I showed it to my GF and asked her to try it. She's never deep fried anything before, but she made it anyways. It turned out really good. She was surprised by how easy and good it was. So good in fact, she began deep frying everything in our kitchen. Steamed dumplings turned into fried dumplings. Baked chicken turned into fried chicken. Tofu stew turned into fried tofu. Oreos with milk turned into deep fried Oreos. Pancakes turned into funnel cake. Avocado toast turned into deep fried avocado. Anyways, there's more, but you get the drill. She's been introduced to a new world and turned into a deep frying maniac. It's all very delicious, so I can't stop myself from eating it either. I've gained the most weight in a couple days than I've gained in all of quarantine. TL, doctor, I told my GF to make corn dogs. She was shocked by how easy deep frying food is. She is now deep frying everything and I'm getting fat. I was worried that this was about some sort of corn dog disaster or something, but glad it's only weight gain and not disaster, haha. WTF is the picture of Korean-style corn dogs. Half of it is filled with cheese and the outside is rolled with sugar. They're very good. Oreos with milk turned into deep fried Oreos. Dafuk. Deep fried Oreos are actually super good. I was skeptical, but they're so rich. I can only eat about, they're just so sweet. You guys could try an air fryer. Fried goodness, but less fat. We might just have to invest in one, haha. TL, doctor, I told my GF to make corn dogs. She was shocked by how easy deep frying food is. She is now deep frying everything and I'm getting fat. LMFAO.